Good afternoon, Quad City Times readers and viewers. My name is Tom Lowy. I'm a reporter with the newspaper. And sitting across from me today is Deputy Jamey Fah. Jamey Fah is the Student Resource Officer here at Pleasant Valley High School. You're with the Scott County Sheriff's Department.
Yes.
So tell us how long you've been a Student Resource Officer and what a Student Resource Officer does here.
Sure. So I've been with Pleasant Valley High School since November of 18. So this is my fourth school year. Mostly what I do here at Pleasant Valley is I work with students to try to find meaningful ways to connect with them and find ways to either help them with questions they have around the criminal justice system or how they can avoid it, as well as work through problems they maybe have and trying to help with them conflict resolution and in general just work with students to keep them safe.
You recently were recognized by the Scott County Sheriff's Department for your outstanding service. Talk a little bit about what prompted that recognition.
Yeah, so to begin with, really what happened, is we have all kinds of mechanisms where people will give me information about things that are happening with our students, right? In these two particular instances that happened in really close proximity, one of them, a student had received information over social media about another student potentially going to engage in self-harm, and that student then called the Bettendorf police because my partnership with a bunch of officers in Bettendorf, because a lot of our students live in Bettendorf. I got a phone call from one of them late at night or early in the morning, depending on how you want to call it. And I was able to help them identify who the student was, and it just so happened I was actually not too far away. So I went to the student's home with the Bettendorf police officer, and we were able to divert them from any sort of self-harm. And then just like 10 days later, a student came into my office and said, "Hey, I got a message from a student. I think he's going to hurt himself." And so I took that threat seriously. I went to the student's home. I asked Bettendorf to send in officers because it was in Bettendorf. And when we got there, we found the student unresponsive, and we gave them life-saving measures at that time. So, just primarily because of students feeling comfortable to tell people that they saw or heard something, we were able to intervene and really affect two lives very dramatically.
I think it can also, one of the things that we talked about in an earlier interview is being an SRO officer can change the way that young people interact with law enforcement in general, the way they see law enforcement. And you very much see yourself in that role.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's why I really highlight to anybody that I talk to about is that it wasn't just me, it was the students feeling comfortable to go tell someone, "Hey, I saw this, we need to do something," right? Or
right.
As we talk about it here is see something, say something, right?
Right.
So that's really the foundation of all of our school safety stuff is see something, say something. And whether that be school safety for acts of violence, or whether it be school safety for doing stuff that's not legal inside the building, or people who are maybe possibly going to engage in self-harm. If you see something, say something. And that's been since I started, that's been our philosophy, and it's really been helpful. Our students feel, hopefully because of their interactions with me, when they tell someone, an authority figure, police, whomever, when they tell them that they saw something, that someone's going to then respond, right? And that's my goal.
Thank you for sharing this story with us. I've been here with Deputy Jamey Fah. He's with the Scott County Sheriff's Department, and he's the Student Resource Officer at Pleasant Valley High School. Thanks a lot.